Hey, what's up guys? Today I want to talk about the Euro Pound recent trade that I took. Let's do a quick monthly analysis. So this is a monthly chart, Euro Pound. So monthly pretty much shows us we are on an uptrend. We have high lows, we got higher highs. Obviously I cross out those so-called blips, I call them. There's one more here. This doesn't give us anything. So we are pretty much in an uptrend here. We are stuck at this resistance here. We just cannot break through it. Okay, so we had a big run up here. There was obviously a blip, and then we came back down to these levels here, which is where previously run down started. Okay, quickly. So then we have a strong run up here. And then we didn't create a new high, therefore we come back to where we started the run, and then we took off from there. So another try. Let's go down to daily. You need to have all the time frames in sync in order to get the trade correctly. At this point here we had a strong run up and then a blip. Nothing happened here, so now we are pretty much cruising on high lows, and that's where we are. We also have high highs too. Alright, so at the daily, what's going on here? So we had a big run up. These are more like blips. Nothing happened there, therefore this is a blip, there is a blip. So we're going back to where the run started as we would, and then we have a strong run up. Here it gets a bit tricky because you may say, okay, this was a blip, there was a blip, so therefore we didn't get new highs. So this is our pretty much resistance that just got temporarily broken. Fair enough. Fair enough. And then you may say, well, this is also a blip, and that is, yeah, I agree with that. That for sure is. Alright. So let's take a look in here. So we know we have this run up. We came down to where the run started, so we are sure that we're not getting back to these levels anymore. So from this point on, this run down here is pretty much where we didn't create a new lower low. Therefore, we're going back to where the run started. Does it make sense? So this run started from here. We went all the way up to there. Alright, up to here. Doesn't matter. We didn't create new highs. So we're going back to where the run started, which is here. Okay? So then from this point on, we start a new run up. We didn't create new highs. So therefore, we're coming back to where the run started. Okay, so we come back to here, then we got up to these levels here, coming back to these levels around these levels here. So there was run down, so this becomes run up. Should I better draw it? You may think, why I don't use different colors? Because I can't be bothered changing colors all the time. So this was pretty much a blip on the way down, you may say. Can we? That never happened. This never happened. And then from this point on, so this is wrong. So alright, so from this point on we had a new high, come back to these points, and it runs up. So you can say there is a new high here up to this point here. So we are now again in a bull market, which is the trend is up, right? So from this point on, we didn't make a new high. When you look at these points here, this is a very strong support that we're trying to break. So we didn't make new highs. We just did these blips, which don't matter. So therefore, we're coming back to where the run started, which is here. Okay? So we're coming back to here. The run started here. Okay? So we confirm that. Similar in this way here. Went back up. Didn't make a new high, come back to where the run started, and off we go. Okay, as we confirm this bottom here where the run started, that means that we can continue to go up and to reach these heights here, or maybe slightly higher, which is what I'm aiming for as a take profit. Okay, so how I enter this trade, let's go down to 4 hours. So if we confirm our starting point from before there, and we come back up to here, I'm going to delete that. Then we have that so-called hook system here, where this support was broken, and then resistance is broken. Now it's just sitting there. We're just sitting there. Okay. So now we are trying to create new highs here. We have another run. Should I bring it to 1 hour to show you a bit better? So from these points on, you can see that we have another run up. That was more like a blip. So from here we have run up, but we didn't have a new high. And my opinion was I actually entered the trade here. I entered the trade here. Let's give it a thumbs up. I entered the trade here. My opinion was, if we didn't create a new high here, we're coming back to where we started, and therefore we take off. But what happened, and my thought was, yes, there's going to be trouble here, but I thought it will just come back down to these points and it will take off from there. When I saw this happening, I started doubting my trade, and then I checked all my setup and went back and check everything again to see, are we actually going to get to these points or are we not? Let's go back to daily. So my food of thought that we are definitely going to get to these points, because we are here on a mini uptrend here. So we definitely need to get to there, and even most likely up to these levels here. Or eventually we will definitely get there. It's just, the thing is, how are we going to get there? So we gotta travel there. How are we gonna travel? This is how we're gonna get in and get out of the trade. So at the moment, my stop loss is sitting here, and then I'm relaxing at night, enjoying my TV program. I hate to watch the trades, but I like to watch them. So I thought we will break this high here, and when this happened here, I'm like, oh my god, am I gonna fail? And then look what happened. We had, you can see how it actually went down from here and then went back up, and then we have this, and I knew it, we're gonna break through. But then this happened, and then that happened, and that happened, and that happened, and that happened, and I'm like, hang on, looks like my trade is going to fail. And then this happened. I'm like, oh no, we're actually bouncing off of these highs, but it's not. Remember, this is where the run started, and we didn't create a new high. This is just a blip. Okay, which means we have to get back to where we started in order to continue going up. Or is it just gonna break through and, you know, ruin the whole thing? But we did the analysis on the chart, so we have to go back to where the run started from before, like I explained. So then we're doing this and that, and I'm like, yeah, we're going up, it's all right. I said, wow, look at it now, it's definitely gonna break through, isn't it? You try once, it failed the second time, so we came back to these lows here, and then obviously as this run started, you may think, and then we're just gonna break through, but it's not, because this is a blip. We are not getting, this is doesn't exist. Okay, that failed and just doesn't exist, and therefore we have this situation here where we did get to previous lows. We did a massive run down here, and this is where I thought, mate, this is going to fail. But then what I did actually, well, come back to here and just enter one more time, because now we're gonna go up, and this is where we are now at this moment. So This is where we are right now. Okay, let's analyze this here to see what happened really here. So the actual fail of this run, it happened at this point here. So this was just a blip. The actual fail happened here. Yeah, so this is where supply and demand traders, they say, okay, let's sell. And they did sell and got back to this point here, but we're only trading with the trend, and trend is your friend and blah blah blah. So I did my second position here. We went up there, supply and demand traders say again, well, hang on, you better get back. There's a lot of selling happening here, so I have to short it. And then what happened is we are actually coming back down to this point, and now we need to work out where this run started. If we want to go down, we could go down to 15 minutes and see what really happened there. So you can see this here. This run started from here. No new high, obviously, the high is here. Came back down to where it started, and then it took off from there. Why? Because we have our new run here. Okay, see, I marked this wrong, so this should be like that. So now when we confirm that bottom where the run started, we came back down properly. We had a double bottom there, triple, whatever you call it. Now we can take off, and then you can see here, you may think like, well, there's not much buying going on here compared to how much selling is happening here. So yeah, that's correct, because here we have a very strong sell. That's why. So that's what you can expect. We have a very strong sell. So he did sell it again, but then he failed to sell it again to get it pushed below this point. So then the buyers jumped in. They're slowly jumping in. Now we are at this point. So now, as this run succeeded in making a higher high, in our little world of what, 15 minutes, we got a first higher high. Now we need to understand where this run started. I think it's here. See, that's the thing. It takes a lot of time and practice and skill in order to determine what was the blip, what wasn't the blip, and that's the key. Once you figure that out, all the money is yours. So I'm guessing it's around here. I can never be 100% correct, but it's all about the odds, probability, and so on. So therefore, my guess is, see this sell here, so this run that started here, that's gonna come back to where it was, and then we're gonna probably fall down to here, and once we fall, we will rise. And let's go back to 4-hour chart. We are hoping to exceed this point. There will be obviously some struggle here, that's for sure, but we're hoping to get to this point here. So having said that, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more videos like this. And get back down to profits. Let's go down to 1 hour. So how I take my trades is pretty much to put my entry. My entry is around this point. My stop loss is around below these points here. And my take profit is going back to these previous highs. So they will give me 1 to 14 risk to reward ratio around that, or maybe around 1 to 10. Will that be more reasonable? But this way, if we do get 1 to 10, they will give us lots of room for the future trades to be able to offset the potential losses, because there are always going to be losses. Either going to stop you out and continue your way, or you just got the trend totally wrong. Anyway, that's my analysis for the trade that I'm currently in. If you like this video, please smash the like button, please comment, please share, comment what type of videos would you like to see in the future, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.